Hello everybody, this is just a quick tutorial for those that could not attend the last class, and I'll go through Character Animator. Is a software where you can control different characters by just moving in front of the screen, and you have access to this by using your TUW details. And to do that you just have to download the Creative Cloud app, and you use your TUW details. So this is my student account, and you use your details to sign into this application, and you see all the software that you have available to use for free because TUW is giving you the license. But today I'll focus on Character Animator. So when you have the Creative Cloud and you inserted your details, your TUW details, you will be able to download the softwares that you have available here. So to use Character Animator, you have to install it. It's going to show you like this, and you'll be able to click and install. I have it already on my computer. And you also need the media encoder. That is the software that you're going to use to get the animation that you produced here and to make it an MP4 video file. So you're going to need these two softwares here. After you install Character Animator, you just have to click open, and you're going to be able to see the software. So basically, Character Animator has many characters available, and you can use any of them. But if you feel that you don't like the characters that you see here, you can also click on See More, and you will go to their website where you're going to see other characters that you can download and use in your animation. So after you chose your character, you go to the tab Record. And here you can add not only your character, but also other elements that you want to use in your animation. And you see I have a list here already, but basically you just click File and Import. And then you'll be able to bring any file that you need to use for your animation. So here I have a list with few elements, but still I cannot see them. Here I have a blank screen because I don't have any elements to show. So to be able to use these elements for my animation, I have to bring them to this side. So just drag and drop the element here. So this is one of the characters, and basically what Character Animator does is to capture the movements you do in front of the screen and to reproduce that in the character. So you can see here on the right side that you can see myself, and that basically the software is capturing my image, but it's also capturing my voice. So the character is moving the lips, following what I'm saying. And there is a button here that is quite important. It's called Set Rest Pose, that sometimes if you move too much, the character gets a little bit weird. So if you click on Rest Pose, it's going to set and it's going to look better. And you can see here that the software is also able to scan all the movements of my eyebrows and my mouth and to reproduce that into the character. So, okay, I have one character here, but I have just a blank background, and I found an image that I want to use as a background, and I've put here on the list. And all I have to do to use this image is to drag and drop it here. So you see that now I have a background, but it looks a little bit weird because it's too small for the screen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to set up to a nice size, and I do it by using the menu on the right. So you see here that there are many elements, many things that you can work with, but I will focus on the transform part. So basically I will work with the scale that is used to make an element bigger or smaller. And you can do that by clicking, holding, and moving, or you can click here and change the value if you want. But 200 is too big, so I'll put 150, it's fine. And now my character is the one that is actually too big for this room. So I want to change my character as well. And you see here on the left that if I click on the background, so the background is selected and I'm working on the background, the character stopped moving. So she's not moving the lips or the eyebrows, nothing's moving because I'm working on the background now. But if I click here, Chloe is the name of the character, she goes back to her capturing my movements. So I can also use the right hand menu to work on my character. So I can make her bigger or smaller. And I can also change her position. So here I can make her go from one side to the other or up and down. And it's also interesting, there are other elements here that you can change, you can work with. I won't go too deep on that because then the video can be too long. But basically you can also change, for example, the wind strength. So basically if you are making a video that the scenario is actually outside and you want to show like, oh, there is some wind and you can see the reaction of the character to that wind, you can change the wind strength here and you can see that her hair can move and you can change the variation. So if it's windy, like her hair is moving, or I can put like 100 is moving, her hair keeps moving as if it was very windy. And you can change the direction as well. Okay, and for this character, this is like a simple character, so you are able to move, but not too much. In this case, for example, to move the arms, you would have to use the mouse. So you click and hold and you can move the arms. And if you want to change, you can see that her hand is pointing somewhere here. If you go here to the left, you will see that you can actually change the way her hand looks like. You can even change her eyebrow. If you want her to look worried, the eyebrow to go up a little bit, or angry or normal. That's when she looks angry. Normal, it's normal. For the hand, you can click here, but you can also see that you have numbers. So maybe while you are working on the animation, while you are recording, it's better to use the numbers. So if you press some of the numbers here, you'll see that her hand changes. Yeah. So for Chloe, it's basically that. I decided that I want her here. I want her arms like this. And that's it. But you can also add other characters. So you don't have to work with only one character. You can have more than one character. You just have to have them here. And I have Dr. Applesmith, which is another character that was already made by Character Animator. I just chose him there. You can create your own character. All you need is to work with layers. So you're gonna need different layers for the mouth. So you need that the mouth has to follow the sounds. So you need different shapes for the mouth that you can add to the software, and it's going to be able to synchronize the shapes of the mouth with the sound. So I will bring Dr. Applesmith here. Something that is important here is that you are aware of the order. So if I put Dr. Smith after the background, he's going to be behind the background. so I won't be able to see him. But if I put him here, I can see him, but he is too big and behind Chloe. So again, I'll come to the transform section here, and I'm gonna make him smaller, and I'm gonna move his position. So I'll put maybe, it was not enough. Okay, and I think Chloe is still too big. She's kind of like a child, so I'm gonna make her smaller. Oops, too small. Okay, so now I have two characters, and again, if I want Chloe to move, I'll click here, select Chloe here, and I will move according to what I want her to do. And while she is moving, you can see that Dr. Applesmith is not moving, so the focus here is on Chloe. But if I want him to move, I select him, and I'm able to do the same. And you can see that he has a little bit more movement than Chloe because his head can move from one side to the other. And he has some movement here. Same for his hands. You can move his hands, and you can work on the numbers so you can change the way his hands look like. It's also interesting to show you that you can add any element you want. You don't have to work only with the background and with the characters. For example, I've added a picture of a red square, and I'll bring it to my scene. It's too big, so I'll make it smaller. And I'll put him in front of Chloe. So let's say that I want to highlight Chloe's face. There is something on her face to show her. Let's say that at some point I want this square to appear and to show, so this is Chloe. And so I can use this element as a way to highlight something on my screen, because you can add any picture to your list of elements. So you just have to be creative, you can add icons, you can add squares like this, you can add arrows, anything that you think is going to be useful for your animation. So let's say that now I am happy with my scene. I am happy with what I have done here. And I want to create my video because I recorded everything inside Character Animator, but I don't have an output. And to do that, I click on File and I click Export, and that's when I'm going to use Adobe Media Encoder. There are other options, but usually the one I use is this one because at the end you have an MP4 file, and this is what you want. That's the easiest way to have your final video. So now that I have the media encoder open, I have my video here, and I just saved in a certain folder, and it's ready for me to convert. So it is selected, and I just press this green button here, and my video will start to be recorded, to be transformed in an MP4 file.